What's going on? It's your boy Bowie here. Back with yet another video. And this video is going to serve two purposes. One is to react to the Peacemaker patch. I'm not so much concerned about the character so much as I am the details of the patch notes. And so I want to react to some of that. But then, moreover, I'd like to use the bulk of this video to talk about the various things that Mortal Kombat 1 does right. Because we already have a plethora of videos out there that are more than eager and willing to tell you all the various ways in which Mortal Kombat 1 has fucked up and NRS is fucked up. And those videos are important. Those videos are actually vital to, you know, the continuous improvement of the game. But if all that NRS can ever find is criticism, and if all people ever see is nonstop criticism and seemingly disdain and frustration and shit like that, not only does it paint a lopsided picture of what the game is actually like for real, but it doesn't indicate to them or to anybody some of the things that ought to be appreciated and what should be kept in MK1. Because the game, contrary to popular belief, has not done all things poorly. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot that NRS has gotten right, and I want to use this video to highlight a lot of that. Okay? So, for starters, the patch. Overall, this has been a relatively good patch. It hasn't been perfect by any stretch, because some of the things that the patch allegedly fixed are not fixed. The main thing that comes to mind is the bug where one of the players can move before it says round 2. That bug is still in the game. It's still there. NRS still needs to fix that shit. It's a big deal. So I'm not gonna sit here and gloss over it and downplay it. Nah, it's a big deal and it needs to be addressed. Especially when tournament players are losing matches because of it. Like, that's bullshit right there. Okay? But I guess I will talk a little bit about our guest of honor, Peacemaker. So I'm gonna keep it real. I don't know who the fuck this character is. I don't know nothing about him or the show that he's a part of. All I know is that it's John Cena. And John Cena did a hell of a job voice acting this character, and I guess playing the character in the show that he's a part of. This character feels goofy, feels silly, but he also feels dead serious, you know what I'm saying, about peace. You know what I mean? And I understand that for sure. The character is powerful. He can do a whole bunch of different things. His damage is absurd, which kind of, you know, I'm like, damn, I like damage like that. You know. But the character has teleports. He has a fast armored reversal. He has multiple projectiles, one of which launches, another of which is safe on block, which is bananas. You know what I'm saying? So the character seems very, very strong. He can use a bunch of cameos. He's strong, man. Peacemaker's nothing less than one of the strongest characters in the game. It's very likely that he's top tier. I just don't know to what extent just yet. However, having said that, he does not feel undefeatable. And that's one of the very best aspects of this game that I want to highlight later. So I'm going to make a mental note to myself to talk about character balance and general playability. But anyway, I did not know he was gonna get caught with that shit. Ooh, I fucked up. But yeah. So about the patch, once again, NRS has done the better thing of really being cautious with the nerfs, perhaps even overly cautious, because characters like Kenshi, who people have been crying about, Kenshi received some very light taps as far as nerfs are concerned, and that's good. I don't play Kenshi. I have no interest in using Kenshi at this moment in time, probably ever, because I've never played Kenshi. But it's good to know that NRS is not sitting up here following the trend that they typically have followed of taking a character from hero to zero. You know what I'm saying? Because it has been well documented the number of characters across various titles that used to be like top tier for one reason or another, and then they got hit with a patch and they got killed. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is not cute. Even if the entire community begs for it, that shit's not cute. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So that's not the way to balance characters. And so it's good to see that NRS has not done that. God damn, that was a good duck. Yeah. So that's good. Who else got some slight tweaks? I don't think Cage received any nerfs, which is also good because he doesn't need any. He does not need any nerfs whatsoever. The character is good at what he's supposed to be good at. He's supposed to be a rushdown monster. Let him be that. You know what I'm saying? He's good at that shit, but he's not broken. He's just very strong in that one area. Okay? That's what the fuck a character's supposed to be like. Anyway. Who else? Did anyone else get any notable nerfs? I don't even think so. The vast majority of characters got nothing. Even characters that kind of needed things like, you know, Sub, Melina, Scorpion, you know. I previously did a video in where I requested buffs for the characters that I play, and none of those buffs happened. And so I ain't gonna front and pretend as though I'm not somewhat disappointed in that. But by the same token, we had a major tournament in Brazil that just happened, and the grand finals came down to a damn Scorpion and a Baraka. And Sub-Zero was in the tournament, and a Sub-Zero player put the second place winner of the tournament in loser's bracket. So what does that say? And this is all offline. This is not an online event. This is an offline tournament, which is the golden standard. You know what I'm saying? And somehow a character that so many of us thought was the bottom of the proverbial barrel, that character is able to take it all the way to the top. Now this is where dude fucked up at. You see this shit? My boy Teabag. Yeah, he fucked up when he did that. You'll see. But anyway, so I'm appreciative that nobody was given the Sub-Zero or Cyrax treatment. But one character that benefited greatly is Quan fucking Chi. Bruh. I don't play Quan, but I find myself watching people use him, and it's actually really fun to look at because Quan has his own game plan. that new portal that he got, it drains the opponent's meter, not at no crazy rate, but just enough to where they can't break. You know what I'm saying? They can't use a breaker. And it also gives Quan a hit of armor, which is crazy. And so he can use that offensively or even defensively. But then in conjunction with that, they made a change to his bone cage to where that shit just comes out. If you're near that bitch, blocking or not blocking, it's gonna come out and you going to jail. And I think they may have changed some other thing, but I can't remember right now. All this is off memory, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, that's your ass, boy. But doing all those things together has really upped Quan Chi's viability and really allowed him to play not only the game plan that he was designed to play, which is a zoning far away game plan, but also he's doing it his way. There's nobody else in the game that has the kind of zoning that Quan Chi has, where he's using these portals to keep people at bay or to keep people trapped in cages and shit while he's draining their meter. You know what I'm saying? Like, Shang Tsung doesn't do that. Katana doesn't do that. Reiko doesn't do that. There's characters that are zoners or who have strong zoning, but they don't quite zone like that. And that's exactly what we need to see. We need to see more characters playing their own unique play style. They can have an archetype. They can even be strong or good at that archetype. And all that stuff. But if they're doing it uniquely, that's the important shit. And so, yeah, I'm really, really happy for Quan Chi players, because I know what it's like to play a character that is struggling tier list wise. And honestly, I don't think Sub-Zero's nearly as bad as people think that he is now, because the vast majority of the community is like months late meta wise. Like, they still think that Johnny Cage is out here endlessly pressuring people to death, and that shit ain't true. So you got that portion of the community that's just like, they're just behind, you know. And then you have the other portion of the community that, you know, they're just playing their characters and they're gonna stick with the tried and true top tier characters until they are shown that somebody's really good. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think it's going to take for more tournament players to come out and use Sub-Zero strongly and really put this pressure on people. It ain't going to be me necessarily, because, bitch, I work 2 jobs. Shit, I work 3 jobs. You know, I got a career and then a second job that gets approximately 6 hours per week of work from your boy, and then I got a side hustle, cause your boy got to save up for them 10-year anniversary plans. You dig what I'm saying? But I don't have the time to be grinding and playing and shit like that. Not now, anyway. Now spring break's coming up, so I'll be uploading a little bit more frequently than I typically do, but boy, that shit ain't gonna really uptick until the summertime, because that's when I'm out of school. But you know, that is what it is. But point is that a tournament player like a Rewind, like a Ninja Killer, like a Zombat, you know, people like that, or even someone like Lin Kuei Master, or, you know, some new blood to the MK1 scene that's just playing the game. It takes people like that to really showcase what these characters can do. And I do think Sub-Zero is sort of like Quan Chi. He plays his own fucking game that nobody else plays but him. And if you really get good at that game, you can fuck people up. So that's something that's great. Overall, you know, I think the patch was overall good for the game. Also, I forgot to mention, they added a bunch of things. Like the online, we have crossplay now, as you can see. And, you know, there's some hiccups with some PC players that can make use of lag switches and shit. But I will tell you this. I played my homeboy, and we played crossplay together, and boy, that connection was butter smooth. It was the best set of Mortal Kombat 1 I've played with an online person ever. And it was crossplay. He was on PC, I was on PS5. And that shit was actually glorious for real. So I don't know if that matches everybody else's experience with crossplay, but I'll tell you, mine was glorious. I fucks with it. So crossplay does work. In addition to that, they sort of overhauled the online menu in terms of adding people to shimmy, bitch. God damn. Wait a minute. I gotta see that shit again. Wait a minute. Whoop! Got your bitch ass. Oh shit, bruh. Let me stop. But anyway, so I knew he was gonna do that. I should have blocked that shit. Ooh, you jumped into it, dummy. But anyway, crossplay seems to work pretty goddamn good. Damn, I tried to anti. You know what I'm saying? And so in general, ooh. Like I said, is the patch perfect? No. Did it address everything that we wanted and needed? Shit, no. Is this the patch that's gonna save MK1? Probably not. Time will tell. But does this patch deserve a bunch of derision and shit like that? Fuck no. Patch was good. We did not see a bunch of characters getting shifted out of the meta. You know, top tier characters are still top tier. One of the bottom tier characters got markedly better. You know, time will tell how viable he now becomes, but I definitely believe that Quan Chi is no longer the very worst character in the game. Fuck no, hell no. That title belongs to somebody else. And even the worst character in this game is still a good character that can be played in a tournament, and you can get top 8 or top whatever at a tournament with that character. And so that perfectly segues into what I want to talk about now. See, contrary to popular belief, as I stated before, this game does a lot of things well. It ain't perfect. We know it is deeply imperfect. But does imperfect mean bad? No, it does not. So, for one, I've been hearing a lot of talk lately about how Mortal Kombat needs to have legacy. And I fully agree. As a matter of fact, I plan on making a video all about the positive impact of legacy. And I deeply believe that from here forward, Mortal Kombat should should uphold all of its rich traditions that it's had. You know, we don't need to exchange one mode for another. We need to keep all the modes that we got and have had Put them all together. Put them all in one game. And keep those modes in subsequent games and just add to them. You know what I'm saying? Keep mechanics. Keep systems. Keep normals. Keep strings. Keep moves. And just add to them. The same way that the other competitive fighters do. You know, as good as Tekken 8 is, a lot of the reason why the game is so good is because it's basically 90% reused assets from Tekken 7. And Tekken 7 has a bunch of reused assets from Tekken 6, I'm sure. Even though I ain't played none of them shits. I'm talking secondhand information, you know, from people that play these games. But the reason why the Tekken games are so great is because when people pick them shits up and play the new shit, they know how to play already. They know their characters. That doesn't mean that the new game is a reskin of the old game, because there's new mechanics, you know, new stages, new characters. There's enough there to make the games completely distinct from each other. But you ain't got to sit there and wonder, oh, how's this character going to play? How's this character going to play? You know. But back to MK. I've been hearing a lot of talk trying to suggest that this game has no legacy, and I have to disagree vehemently. If you play Johnny Cage in this game, or you play Sub-Zero, or you play Scorpion, or you play Katana, or you play Melina, them motherfuckers play very similarly to previous incarnations in other games. There's a lot of legacy there. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's not a perfect port. You know, they don't literally have the exact same moveset that they had in previous games, obviously. So in that sense, you don't have the legacy. But this Sub-Zero feels like a mix of Mortal Kombat 9 and MKX Sub-Zero. Grandmaster. He feels like a combination of the two. But he has his own unique shit that makes him different than them because of that clone push move. I call it the punch. So that ice punch makes him completely different. And the ground freeze, the way it works, makes him completely different. So now Sub-Zero has like a keep away zoning type of game when he's mid-screen. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Cage is ported directly from MK9. You know what I'm saying? Strings, attitude, everything. He does have hype. The hype gauge and shit like that. He's got a little bit of new flair, but the character is very much his MK9 carnation, just toned down. MK9 incarnation, I should say. Sorry. Katana feels like a mixture of MK9 and MKX. Melina is basically MKX piercing Melina. Even down to her damn standing one being the same as back one from MKX. Ooh, shimmy town, goddamn. Fuck. I don't know why I was shook because of the damn armor. I thought he was gonna armor out of what I was gonna do. But shit. So yeah, there are lots of characters and systems that are maintained from previous games. Now, I'm not trying to say that everyone has legacy, because there are characters that do not have legacy. Smoke does not really seem like his MK9 self. Shao Kahn or General Shao doesn't play like Shao Kahn did at MK11. Reiko is completely different as a character than he was. So is Tanya. You know what I'm saying? Like these characters, there are characters that are very, very different than previous incarnations. You know what I'm saying? But for every one of those, you also have characters that they definitely maintain legacy. And so going forward, I do want NRS to continue that tradition because it's a good tradition that they brought over here. Also, I was speaking about this, or speaking about this to Wallace and shit the other day, yesterday actually. But this game is one of the first, well, it's the first MK since MK9 where you're not fighting the meta or the system mechanics of the game. Let me explain what I mean by that. So in MKX, you were fighting against perpetual rushdown. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers stealing a turn with armor all the time. You had motherfuckers running and rushing in on you no matter what you did. You know what I'm saying? The walk speeds were trash. Forward movement was very quick, but all the other movement in the game was really bad in order to necessitate this really fast running movement. You know what I'm saying? Backdashes costed stamina and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you had to plan your backdash. But if you didn't normally play that kind of style, you were fighting against the game. You had to try to find a character that was not of that meta in order to be cool. And for me, you know, characters like Goro, Melina, and Katana were like that for me. And so I was fighting against the way that the game was in terms of the meta. Then we got MK11. Lord. I like the meta of MK1 minus the fucking crazy pokes and shit. But the goddamn fatal blows that were ridiculous. The damn breakaway system that punished people for doing offense, being correct on offense and winning neutral. You know what I'm saying? What else? The wake up system that stopped you from performing Oki. But if you didn't perform Oki, motherfuckers was just going to jump at you or attack you. And so you never quite knew when it was okay to press and when it wasn't. Unless you were playing characters like Fujin that just didn't give a damn, or Kotal Khan, who didn't give a damn, you know what I'm saying? They had long enough mids to where they could avoid your wake up, but then blow you up if you decided to roll or something, you know what I'm saying? Or you could just play Liu Kang or Robocop and not even have to worry about people waking up because they never fell down. You know what I'm saying? They was always restood. But in MK11, I wasn't fighting the meta of the game so much as I was fighting the actual mechanics. So I liked the way the game played, but the mechanics fucked me over. And I'm not saying that as someone that lost a whole bunch of matches. I didn't lose a whole bunch of matches. I won a shit ton of them. You know what I'm saying? And I enjoyed myself. And I played neutral just like I played neutral in this game. And I won a lot of matches. But I also won a lot of matches on some straight up bullshit. Because I dropped out of somebody's combo at the right time. Or because I rolled right at the right moment. When in any other game I would have been pressured and dead. This game says, fuck that. If someone tries to pressure you on wake up, you can combo them. You know what I'm saying? And so it's so weird when people pretend as though MK 11 was some sort of paragon of a game. It was not. That game was lambasted, just like this game is now. But anyway, MK1 by contrast, I am not fighting the mechanics of the game. The game gives you a sandbox full of cameos and characters. And yes, you can do what is conventional. Because I feel like it's very conventional to use Johnny Cage with Kung Lao, or to use him with Sub-Zero, or who else do people use Cage with? I forget. Oh, Cage with Kano and shit like that. That's very conventional, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't quite as conventional to use him with Serena, or to use him with Scorpion, or to use him with Sonya like I used to do. I mean, people are up on it now, but I was using Cage with Sonya back when she didn't have no mid projectile, you know what I mean? Wow, that boy did that unsafe shit. Oh, he's gonna die for that though, dumb motherfucker. What the fuck? I almost died for being dumb right there. I didn't even have to break that guy. What the fuck? Oh! Wow. So, in this game, I'm not fighting the mechanics. I'm not fighting the meta. I'm just playing my opponent. Hi, babe.
I gotta show you something.
Right now? Oh, shit. I'll be right back, y'all.
Oh.
My bad, y'all. We back. Totally worth it, though. So, yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. But anyway, the meta of MK1 is great. It really, really is. Now, do tournament players walk on the well-worn path of, excuse me, using Kung Lao and Striker cameo with every goddamn thing? Yes, of course they do. Yes. But why wouldn't they? Their money's on the line. They have to go with what's tried and true. So I don't blame them one bit. Doesn't make the meta of the game bad. Doesn't mean it needs to be overhauled, because I wouldn't go that far at all with this game. Doesn't mean there's not plenty of fun to be had. Oh my god. Because there's plenty of fun to be had with this game. Even as shit is not perfect, as it wouldn't have been perfect no matter what the hell they done. Do I think that characters need to be overall stronger without the cameos? Absolutely. And I will advocate for that with the utmost fidelity. You dig what I'm saying? But does that mean that the way that the game plays now is somehow bad or inferior? Of course not. No, not at all. Ooh, that's your ass, boy. So, nah, this game's meta is not the opponent. Your opponent is the opponent. Oh, damn, I fucked up. Or misjudging your own damn whiff punish. That's the opponent right there. So that's a thing that they've definitely got right. The meter system is all the way right. Not only do we have meter that we build, which teaches meter management, but combo breakers are expensive. And they're expensive so that they occur rarely. God damn, that was crazy. That was not cute. God damn. I mean, if he tried to use a lag switch, he used it on himself. But yeah. Duck. Okay. But you know, meter system is all the way right. The fatal blow system is all the way right. The one thing that they have to fix with the fatal blows is we still have them regenerating after they're blocked or they whiff, and that shouldn't happen. I would want them to go away. You know what I'm saying? But it turns out that giving them just a little bit of startup at the very beginning, that was exactly the right move. I do wish that the cutscenes were 60 frames per second, but hey, we can't bat 1,000 here, you know what I'm saying? Ooh. So that's something that's all the way right. Oh shit. So fatal blows are way less annoying and much more manageable than they used to be. And they're also still useful and still used. You know, people use them because they're there to be used, but you can't use them cheaply and you can't throw them out because you'll get fucked up. So they're relatively rare, or they're used when needed, rather than being a factor in every goddamn match like MK1, you know what I'm saying? This game has a great balance of offensive and defensive mechanics. Up block is amazing. Anti-airs are amazing. Walking and general movement are all amazing. Armor is amazing. One of the things that I realized about this game is that, instead of characters having like 2 and 3 armored moves, characters have one damn move that is armored. He fucked up. He fucked all the way up right there. Dummy. Try to flex. Got your ass fucked up. Why? I think he thought he won the round, and that's why he did that. Anyway. So you know, the characters are strong and they can get stronger. You know what I'm saying? But you can pick any one of them and defend yourself against Johnny Cage if you play correctly. You can defend and you can do offense. Now you do get rewarded heavily for your offense in terms of the combo damage. Ooh boy, you almost got fucked up. But if you defend yourself properly, you also get rewarded for high damage. Let your ass up block an overhead at the right time, or up block a jump kick and get good at, you know, doing that shit. You'll fuck people up in this game. That's something I need to work on, is using up block more effectively. I mean, that boy, this Cage player was trying to use that 212/214 string on me so bad on block. Oh, bitch. Ooh, good shit with Striker. Ooh, I should have anti'd. Fuck. Anyway. But, ooh, boy. Damn, I should have uppercutted. But, he tried to use that shit on block so bad, but because I know how to fuzzy guard, because I bothered to do the lab work, oh my god, fuck. You know, ooh. I know how to defend against this shit. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, do something. Ooh. Ooh. It's starting to get patchy a little bit. What the hell? Child, that ain't cute. But, yeah. At the end of the day, there's a lot about this game That's still really good. And I haven't even talked about the biggest thing, character balance. See, I said I was going to mention this earlier, but we just had a pro competition tournament in Brazil, and the grand finals consisted of a Baraka, who everyone had written off after the Cyrax nerfs. And because Baraka received nerfs directly to him as a character, which I thought were excessive. But it consisted of Baraka and Scorpion. Scorpion? And that Scorpion didn't use Striker as his cameo. Probably should have, but second place went to a Scorpion. First place went to a Baraka. And Sub-Zero was in the tournament. And everyone was in the tournament virtually. I didn't see a Reptile, but shit. We see so much character representation in this game at the tournament level. And I understand that a good chunk of people don't be watching the tournaments, but that's already a problem. You probably should be watching tournaments. Now, I'm actually going to skip past these matches because I didn't like my performance here. So, I want to get to my shit. I didn't like the way I performed. I did eventually win. I came out ahead, but I wasn't feeling that shit. Yeah. So, yeah. Character balance in tournaments really shows how well the game is balanced. Even though some characters lean a little bit more on their cameos than everyone else, you can still take anybody and whoop people's ass with that character if you put the time in and the dedication. And if you don't fucking give up, and if you don't just write characters off as just bad or write the game off as bad. You know what I'm saying? Look at me with Sub-Zero. I'm fighting this person. And we went, I think, we went probably about 25, 30 games or whatever in total, right? I recorded the first 10 just in case dude decided to dip. And you see who I've been using. I've been using Sub-Zero this whole time. Watch this. Ooh! Look at that. When a bottom 5 character has tech like that works on Omni-Man. Look at that. Get the fuck out of here, man. My setup didn't even work all the way, but it worked perfectly, though. You know what I mean? So, I don't even know what the fuck happened there. Ooh, he fucked up. Anyway. But, my whole thing is NRS needs to be, they need to be criticized when they mess up their games or when they mess up something in a game. But they also need to be praised or at least be told, hey, you did good here. You did real good here. Keep doing that shit. We like this. Not on some toxic positivity shit, but on some, let's be objective here. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's call a heart a heart, a club a club. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm on. I'm on the tip of let's be forthcoming. Let's be forthright about this. Let's tell the bad, but let's also just as easy and vehemently talk about the good. There's a lot of good in this game. You know what I'm saying? One thing about this game that's super, super dope is just the fucking play factor. Like, you'll be sitting here sitting there, and you be done played for 4 or 5 hours, and the shit melts. The time just melts away, and you don't even know. At least for me, and a lot of people, you know, when you're, you know, balls deep in gaming goodness, so to speak, and you're enjoying yourself playing sets with people, you don't even know what time it is. Because everything seems to be happening in a good kind of slow motion, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I fucked up right there. Like, matches feel like they are more epic and timely, even though they're not, you know what I'm saying? And so it's very interesting. Because I remember playing this set in these matches, and it felt like it was way longer than what it was. Yet the time melts away. It'll be hours and hours that have passed and you don't even know it. So, and this is definitely, that's a compliment to the game, because it's not drogging on, it's not slogging on, it's except in Invasions. Invasions is still a slog. I haven't even picked it up yet, but you know. But when you're actually doing the thing that matters the most in this game, playing the game against people and shit like that, you really are having fun. And it's very rare that I lost a match or a game and I felt like, oh my god, I was robbed. Like, nah. Typically, it was me being too passive, maybe overextending, or sometimes it was lag too. And then other times it's just dumbass decisions like that one I made right there, trying to do the fucking 1-2-2 string at the end of that combo like it links. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, most of the time when I fuck up, it's because I fucked up. When I lose, it's because I did something I wasn't supposed to be doing. It was not my opponent being trash. Oh my god. Wow. I thought I was going to kill with that, but then as I did the combo, I'm like, damn, this shit ain't killing at all. Damn. But yeah. MK1 has a lot of good to it, just like there's some bad. We need to learn how to be objective out here and tell the whole truth about the game. But that's been me. I'll catch y'all later. One.